Alright, we're in round 1. I think we're going to keep this hand. We have a grip full of white spells. Don't have a green mana, but we're going to keep it. If we rip any lands, we can play every card in our hand at some point, so it seems worth it to me. So I think Scythemaster is a better card to start her off with. Sky Climber is a better card in the late game. That's kind of how it works. Huh. Oh, right in the nick of time. So let's swing for 2 and drop the Scythemaster. All right. Seems acceptable to me. So if we draw another land, we can go Sky Climber lead by example. Otherwise, we get to rock and roll lead by example into whatever defensive play he's got here, which is also nice. Okay. Nice. So we're going to swing and we're going to bust out the lead by example. When he blocks the... No blocks. Well, change of plans. Red, white. Ooh, Lantern Scout. Okay. So we're going to block the Cub and lead by example our Flyers. I think. Maybe I do it to the first striker, actually. Might make more sense. Yeah, and Encircling Fissure, being able to leave that up, I think, is going to be huge. Yeah, I think we're just going to leave up Fissure. Because I think he's planning to gain some life here. All right. This should brutalize him pretty good. Such an unfair card. So unfair. Encircling Fissure. So red-white. He missed out on his red mana much longer than we missed out. So we definitely were. We were stealing cards from each other the entire draft. Definitely. Sideboard. Don't have much, do I? Lantern Scout would have been Pretty sweet for our deck. Lantern Scout's actually a problem, too. Smite not looking so hot, admittedly. Maybe I cut that and bring in another combat trick. But yeah, Lantern Scout's going to be a bit of an annoyance. And it's not to say there's not going to be a smite target. It just appeared that he's going to be an aggro deck. So let's just take it out for now until we see some bomb threat. All right, let's do this. Yeah, definitely a keep. I don't love the 5 landers, but we've got a pretty good curve going, so I think we got to go for it. Fortified Rampart. It's a weird card for a red-white aggro-y looking deck to play, for sure. But not bad for him here. All right, now we get to play the stalking drone and leave up the old pumps. Okay. So let's go land, swing with these two. Say blocks there. Maybe takes 3. He's got 3 cards left in hand, but we're getting low on gas. This isn't a great attack. I guess we'll chill out a bit longer. I mean, we still, the nice thing is we still have a good late game plan, because we still have Tajuru Beastmaster, which in the late game should be pretty good. I mean, maybe next turn I swing because I'll have tandem tactics. That could be. But it depends on how much mana he's got open on his turn, I guess. Stone Haven Medic. All right, so he's got the synergy now. Oof, that was a bit of a miss. Well, unfortunately, I think we got to start making attacks here. I really can't let him sit behind a life gain synergy wall here. So I think we're going to get in with these 3. So unless we draw gas, we're not going to win this race. That's pretty brutal. Well, I'm pretty glad he attacked with all three. Really should have left that medic back. So let's take care of this. Let's nip this Serene Steward in the bud. Oh, wait. No, he's got the first strike, so he's going to get to gain the life. Never mind. I didn't see that. So I guess we just block sack. But we're in a tough spot now. Thank God I noticed that first strike. I mean, we gotta draw gas now. We have flyers, we've got support. I mean, we've got draws that can bring us back into this, but the problem is we need removal for Serene Steward now too, which is not good. He's at least gonna get a counter return, so. Oh, he's putting it on the first strike. I guess that makes sense. Oof. Rough one. All right. Well, like I said, if it's either draw gas or lose at this point. Sky Climber's a good rip. Lets us at least bash in from above. So what do we need? We need like an angel. I mean, Isolation Zone deals with Serene Steward. So at least if Serene Steward goes down, we're not worried anymore. I mean, he's spread out. He's still got at least 3 counters out of the deal. So it's definitely been, it's putting us in a world of trouble right now. The fortified rampart makes more sense when you have like an engine in your deck. Against us, at least. Fortified rampart for us against him would not make any sense because we don't have an engine. Oh. Can't deal with that. So if I tandem tactics, I still kind of 2-for-1 myself here, don't I? I think we're going to take it this turn. I mean, I guess he doesn't have any mana up, and this thing is going to continue to be a problem. Guess I have to be willing to. I'm certainly unhappy about this. Now, even with the counter, he's still... Well, he can't do the counter anyway, I guess. Not a thrilling play, as you might imagine, and particularly unthrilling since now we're out of gas. All right, I mean, Beastmaster's definitely a good rip. And we can still fly over top. I mean, I guess we do it. No choice, really. We gotta race our friend here pretty quickly. He forgot to use Stonehaven Medic. That's good news. I mean, I guess would I trade a Beastmaster for a Lantern Scout? If it doesn't have lifelink, I guess I wouldn't. But if it gets lifelink, I think I kind of have to. I still don't really like Smite the Monstrous in this matchup, even with Serene Steward making things bigger. It seems like every card in his deck is 3 or less power to start with. Hmm. I mean, I don't exactly know what he's got. But I'm just not going to win the race if I take this. If it's a reproach, he can put the counter on this. He can put the counter on either. May have to be just willing to trade a scout for a Beastmaster, I think. Because the problem is if I don't make the trade and he rips an ally, like it's just going to be so much, it's going to be so good for him. Oh, okay. Paul's deck is pretty slick. Alright. Well, did not draw enough gas this game. Basically, we saw 5 spells to our opponent's 9. Just pretty acceptable. I think we got to make this trade. If I block with the summoner, he can pump it with the steward. Or wait, he couldn't there. Oh, well. Guess I should have just taken it. For some reason, I thought he could. The funny thing is, he could have if he tapped his mana differently, right? But he didn't tap his mana correctly. But then we just didn't take advantage of it, so I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, double strike's a problem. Blocks. So I guess I can kill Serene Steward, right? He first strike does damage and makes it a 3/3, but we're gonna make it 3/3/2. I think we just block with, I don't know. That's tough. If he puts the counter on the medic, he can kill my... Otherwise, I take 8 I could take 10, 14. I guess I die if I don't just block both, so I gotta do it. I could chump as well. But I think at least forcing him to use the counter on his Stonehaven medic, I guess, is good. I mean, it's not really good, but I'm not in a really good position. Oh. Well, I think putting it on that wasn't the right choice, right? Because we still definitely trade. So he should have put it on his Stonehaven medic, and then he would have killed my auxiliary. It's pretty irrelevant. The chances of my opponent losing this, I can't even think of a card I can rip that brings me back into this. Like even sort of. But the better play was to put the counter on the medics, so he could have killed my auxiliary as well, since he was trading his other guy anyway. Like I said, it's so irrelevant here. Yeah. All right, we definitely just obviously saw too many lands. So if we can see a better distribution in Game 3, we know we can win. We did it Game 1. We saw an excellent distribution of lands and spells there, and got the victory. So we know we can do it. It's just a matter of seeing the right cards. I really don't like tactics. Just felt so bad there. But like I said, Smite just seems awful. Like his guys have to be buffed in order for Smite to do anything. It just is unacceptably bad. I think we're bringing in the Cub. Cub makes sense since we know he's at least got Isolation Zone. So unfortunately, he's got Cub and we have Isolation Zone, but he doesn't know we have Isolation Zone, which is helpful. He might have taken it out. Probably not, but that's okay. All right. Guess we'll do this. Okay, Game 3. We're going to need a good keep here. Yeah, this is acceptable. Still get to play a turn. We get to go Gnarlid into Arrow now, which is pretty nice. So we don't have white mana, but the Unknown Shores is gonna be what we need for that. So we're well set up for a support card. That's not bad either. Let's just go Shores now, I guess. Gnarlid. Our Ondu War Cleric does not mean much in this matchup since his life gain has much higher impact. Well, okay. So, I guess we go... War Cleric. Aeronaut flies over, but War Cleric might let us swing in, potentially. Offer Protector, which does offer some protection. Sky Climber's a good rip. Alright. We're going to swing with the Gnarlid. Did not fall for the bait. And by bait, I mean... I don't know what I mean. Did not fall for the trick. We get to fly over top, though, with Sky Climber. It's nice. I mean, he's got to deal with the Sky Climber. We know he's got Reproach, Royal's Retribution. He's got plenty of Isolation Zone. We know at least 3 pretty nice removal spells he's got in there. Okay. Zada's Commando. And Bushwhacker, too. All right. Kind of... I think I'm actually happy he's attacking with the Work Lyric. I think getting rid of his Work Lyric is more important than keeping ours. So let's get rid of his Work Lyric, gain a bit of life, and then go back on the race plan, which I think we can do. So we're going to block here. We're going to take 5. We're going to gain some life as well. I think getting rid of his Work Lyric there is, like I said, I think it's more important than keeping ours. I'm not entirely sure on that, to be honest, but the Kindi Aeronaut's going to do some work for us here. I mean, the Beastmaster next turn plus land lets us pack a nice little punch to him. This thing's going to be a 4-4. We're going to have a 4-3, 2-4. Okay. Still okay in my book. Guess I'd rather block with the Gnarlid. I don't know what he's got. But I'd rather keep the Aeronaut, I think. I don't know why I can't think of what he's got there. Guess it's nothing. Another land's not what we wanted, but it is what we got. So let's say I play a Beastmaster and I swing. I guess his blocks aren't great. Let's do it. He doesn't have Royal's Retribution up. He doesn't have his other thing up, so it feels like inappropriate attack here. I think we're going to leave the Aeronaut back, though. Just swing for 8 in case he's got a removal for this. So we'll just swing for 8. He can double block here and we can only kill one thing. That's not very good. I guess we're leaving the Sky Climber back too. We're just going to swing with the Gnarlid. I don't want to trade a Sky Climber for an Alpha Protector or Zada's Commando. I think I'd rather just fly over top. Just making that trade is not good for us. We need the evasion to win, in my opinion. This on the other hand is a great trade for us. I'll trade my 2-2 for a 4-3. Okay. Lantern Scout, sure. Could use the cohort now. Gain some life, too. It's pretty cool. Uh-oh. So I guess he's got Gideon's Reproach. So I guess I'm going to block like this. So he's going to approach the Beastmaster and lose the Commando? Could be tactics too, I guess. No, it was Reproach. All right, this is pretty acceptable. I think dumping his Commando there is going to be a costly... It's going to be costly. But, I mean, now we're in top deck. Well, that is what is known as a top deck in the business. That's not a good attack, but I'll take it. All right. Got to keep the aerial beats up. Missing there's going to be a problem. I mean, at least our opponent's out of gas, but we definitely need to rip some spells. If we want to really solidify a victory here, we got to rip a spell immediately. So we can double block that and trade a knight for a Scythe Master. It's not bad. I think we're gonna do that. It turns out to just not be very costly. All right, looks like he may have missed. That was a hit. That was exactly what we needed here. Did he draw Royal's Retribution? I'm not going to play around it. I don't think we can really afford to. All right, if he had it, he would have played it there because that was maximum value. So he does not have Royal's Retribution. All right. It's an ally. And he's going to get to put the counter on his land. Well, we can double block, though. All right, so that's curious. Guess we'll just block like this. That's pretty fascinating that he was willing to dump his Lantern Scout. That's pretty costly for him. He kind of needed the lifelink, to be honest. Not even dead. So I think kind of feel like our opponent slot played pretty hard there. Should have been, I mean, granted, he wasn't going to rip the ally for Lantern Scout based on his hand, but not giving himself that opportunity, I think, was a really poor idea. Allied reinforcements came at the exact moment we needed it. Like, if it didn't come there, we were absolutely going to lose. So Allied Reinforcements was huge. Beastmaster came up big. That was a sloppy attack too. I'm pretty happy we beat our opponent because, like I said, even though we made a couple mistakes too, but the weird thing, like I said, was our mistakes were predicated on our opponent's mistakes. And for some reason I didn't take advantage of it. Like he not tapping his mana correctly to leave up the 2 white to be able to Stonehaven Medic plus pump with Serene Steward. I feel like, attacking in with Lantern Scout unnecessarily, a little too aggressively. Attacking into my Beastmaster in a way where he just lost Azada's Commando needlessly. I mean, he got the Beastmaster off the table, but why didn't he just wait for me to eventually attack with it? It felt rushed, but it ultimately gave us a victory, so I'm okay with it. We'll see you in round 2.